In today's episode, we are going to be discussing the features and benefits of the design sprint. Now, this sounds extremely corporate, I think, when I say the features and benefits of a design sprint, but the reason this came up is because Penny is our sales person, one of our salespeople, and she kind of realized that the most important, she helped us realize that one of the most important things in sales is to be very clear about the features and benefits of whatever you're selling. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just like, the design sprint's amazing.
But why?
But why? But why? I'm really excited about it.
Between one pineapple.
Between...
On either side.
On either side of a pineapple.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what I want to go through is we all have our, I think the design sprint is a wonderful thing, but people appreciate it for different reasons. So that's why I thought it'd be cool to have two perspectives in this video today. And so we're going to go through and just talk about what we think are the greatest benefits of the design sprint. Penny, I'd love you to go first. What's your favorite thing about the design sprint?
So I think it's often kind of undervalued as something that's a benefit, but for a design sprint to have run effectively, it means that we've saved a lot of time. We've all been in endless meetings where you finish the meeting and nobody knows what's happening and nothing ever comes out of it.
Yeah.
And we've all been in teams where it's been like, okay, let's write a brief around that. And so by the time you agree on a brief and you write it up and you get it passed through the team, it's already been a month. So being able to make some really quick progress on anything is a huge benefit. And it sounds kind of flimsy, but actually being able to structure a lot of stuff into 4 days, it's a task. Sprints are exhausting. So it's very much about structuring your time and making sure it's being used effectively and getting done.
Get done.
Yeah.
The first benefit, nailed it. I'm going to go into one of my favorite benefits of the design sprint. Other than time, I think it's also such a great alignment tool. So if within your team you're feeling like there's a lot of disagreements, there's a lot of different opinions, and you're unable to within the team come to a consensus to move forward, I think the design sprint is such a great way to make that happen, and it happens sort of without you realizing it's happening, right? It's like no one's being tricked, no one's opinion is being lost. It's like a really great way to get everybody moving together as a team, and I really think that that's something that a lot of teams, not even just in product design, could use. So that's what I love about the design sprint.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that alignment aspect of it, a lot of teams don't make progress because there's no agreement on what the problem is. Lots of people have different interpretations of, the problem is we're not making enough money, or the problem is the website, or the problem is this or that.
Yeah.
And so being able to agree on that sort of starting point is hugely beneficial for making that really quick progress.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
The other great thing about the sprint is it's something that a lot of introverts can really identify with. I'm sure we've all been in a room where there's been someone who's got really great ideas, but they're a little bit shy, or they're a little bit softly spoken.
Yeah.
And they're often sort of talked over or not heard in that situation. Mm-hmm. And then the outcome of that is the person who's best at selling and the best at sort of aggressively pushing their own agenda.
Yeah, the loudest person.
The loudest person, like me, for example, often will get their idea heard and made because they're the ones making the most noise.
Yeah.
The really nice thing about the sprint is that it allows all of the ideas and the opinions in the room to surface. Especially in digital product teams, you have a lot of developers and a lot of people who are very technical who might feel not that comfortable putting their ideas out there.
Yeah.
But this is it's a format to sort of democratize that process and get people's ideas in front of the rest of the team.
I would say one of one of the things that we hear the most after clients have gone through the design sprint process is that they say like they feel re-energized. It's like they've gone away. Of course, like in our case, they are actually coming to our office, so they're leaving their own surrounding. So they feel like they've actually been on some kind of like a weird retreat. Makes us sound a little bit like a cult. But anyway, but then they come back to their office and they feel like refreshed, excited again. They worked really productively for that week, so you feel this like positivity, right? And everybody on the team is now once again excited about working on this product or service or whatever it is. And I think that is a very undervalued benefit of the design sprint that people don't even think will be like they don't even think about it as a benefit until they get back to work. So I think that's something that I think is super valuable.
Another one is obviously that at the end of the sprint process you have this actionable list of next steps. You're not kind of finishing this really fun 2 weeks or 1 week and not knowing what to do next. It's very much about how are we going to lay out a roadmap for product development or service development, or it could be, cut a new feature or product. And a lot of our customers actually take that roadmap away and use that as kind of a features list. So they're still implementing that a year later or whatever.
And they get it in like in the effort impact scale, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we deliver it in like this very specific outline of like, here, like the features, what's the effort that it's going to take to complete this, and what is the impact, and then they can actually plan accordingly.
Exactly. Like you want, I guess we really want everything to be achievable, right? Like we don't want to say, oh, you need to go and make a film in order to market your company. Like it's got to be something that is achievable and affordable and effective. So we're really focusing on that sweet spot in the matrix of effectiveness and impact.
One more thing that I think is like a really great benefit of having done a sprint is not only have you like learned how to run a sprint or like how this process actually works, but the sprint is broken up into all these little tiny exercises of like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, those kinds of things. And they're so easy to just like literally take straight out of the sprint and apply in your next meeting or in your next stand-up or ideation session. Exactly. So I think that's another really great benefit, is it's not just this week of doing random things that you'll never do again. It's actually learning these little exercises and processes that you can just take out super easily and use in other aspects of your work, just to make sure that you're being productive and you're making decisions faster without this needless discussion and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's something that we hear about a lot as well. So so apparently we really like the design sprint, We're big fans of the design sprint.
I guess also like it can be really difficult to explain the benefits of trying this new system in a time where a lot of people are getting a little bit fatigued around like all these new methodologies and philosophies. So like I've worked with clients who are like, oh, there was Agile and there's design thinking and there's Scrum, and like, where does this fall into it? And my answer to that is basically like there are kind of iterations and waves in our understanding of how to build products. We kind of learn more every time, and no one's saying that we're going to be doing design sprints exactly this way for the next 20 years, but I think that the design sprint has a really nice way of helping people to quickly kind of discover and validate a problem space, and then design a whole bunch of solutions around that. So you'll not only have one thing that you're going to try, but you've got a whole bunch of ideas that you can then test.
Another thing I would add to that is that the design sprint, it's nothing about it is like crazy, earth-shattering. It's really like there's nothing insane about it, right? Like really, if you go through it, it's like, oh, it's just like working very productively in like time box. So you're giving yourself very specific amounts of time to do certain things, and you're just working very, very efficiently. That's really all it is. It's like a framework for that. So it's not like
adopting a whole new business model or
Exactly.
having to train all of your team.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening and watching our new little series, 2 people, 1 pineapple. What we want to know, a question for you guys, and you can put it just right down in the comments, your answer. We want to know, what is your dream workplace? So where would you work if you could work anywhere? And we want like names of places. And you don't have to say Aj&Smart, but
You can.
You can. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. That was the features and benefits of a design sprint. We hope that that can just maybe help you sell the design sprint internally, maybe even to your boss. I think it's just nice to have some really concrete ways that the design sprint can actually have an impact. So a positive impact, of course. So I'm Brittany and this is Penny. She was our special guest today. This is the pineapple that you might have been looking at during the video. And thank you very much for watching. Give us a like if you felt like this video was helpful or you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be back with Penny. We're gonna force her to do another video. I don't know if she'll do it. Yeah, she's already left.